Hey guys, welcome to the Play for Life Comics FOC Show for 8/6/22. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. I'm going to adjust my camera just a hair there. There we go. A little run over what this is. This is final order cutoff. It's our last chance to adjust orders about 3 to 5 weeks out. We focus on hot covers, number ones, possible keys that we find on Key Collector, things like that. Uh, we only show a handful of books. There are dozens of other books each week. Your best way to access those, I suggest you go to previewsworld.com for anything that's not a DC book. If it's a DC Comics book, check out lunardistribution.com. And we have a sheet underneath, and a link to a Google Docs sheet. And what that is you can check off which issue and which cover you would like of the books that we focus on. Then we leave a big old blank space down there at the bottom. You're able to fill out any multiples you would like or anything else on there. Like if you just need your sixth issue of Batman or whatever Spider-Man that's coming out, something that we don't cover on the show, you're more than welcome to put that in there and we'll get it there for you. If you're a reservist with us, it'll be waiting for the box. If you're a local, we'll hold it for you. If you're an out-of-towner, we will ship to you. Our shipping rates are $9 for up to 8 books. Anything over 8 and under 40 books will run you $16. It's USPS flat rate priority. And we can combine them if you're a buyer on our show. We do 3 shows a week, Tuesday and Thursday nights at 8 p.m. on these same formats, so Facebook or YouTube. We also do them 9 a.m. Sunday mornings. A lot of great books for sale on there. Our Tuesday night show, especially if you like new books, is a good one. We try to put multiples we have, kind of hot covers, any of the books that we think you guys may want to see. So without further ado, we're going to jump on into it and get through it this evening. First book up is Firefly. If you love this show from back in the day as much as I do, this is the 20th anniversary special. I believe it's an anthology piece, right? So it's got multiple stories from various timelines in there. It's a $7.99 cover price. We do offer 20% off on any of the single issue books. That's out last week of August there.
I even think one of the cast members writes one of the stories.
Oh, there you go. That's cool. I wonder which one it is. I'll have to check it out. You got a B cover for Jung Jun Yoon. C cover from Dan McDade, premium variant. So this one is $1 more. On to Star Trek 400. Another multiple stories. You got multiple cast, obviously, on this cover. It's great Martinez cover. You got the original lineup, and which R.I.P. Nichelle Nichols. She's on that cover as well. Of course, we lost her. Was it yesterday or the day before? Day before. Sad to hear that. Little piece of history. If you didn't know, her and William Shatner had the first interracial kiss on TV. So it's a little pretty interesting there. But this kind of combines that lineup with the Next Generation lineup from the late 80s, early 90s. One I kind of grew up with. Here's your Ryan Woodard covered. A lot more characters in there.
A lot of the new characters from these series, Discovery, Star Trek Discovery, and all that. I guess younger people, would be the only ones they identify.
The ones they know better, yeah, unless their parents made them watch all that old stuff. You got this one that's got all 4 iterations of Spock, the different actors, the young, the old. I think that was him in was it Generations?
Maybe
one of those.
For some reason, I think Will Wheaton actually writes one of the pieces in the Star Trek 400 even also.
Yeah, he's an interesting one to follow on social media and stuff. He's pretty interesting. Angel Hernandez, kind of a not quite Scotty Young-esque cover, but similar there. Kind of they look like Funko Pops or something with the big heads. I don't know. On to Alien 1. This is a new Alien series. Of course, Marvel's had the Alien stuff for a couple years now. This is a great Bjorn Barron's very photorealistic, gruesome cover there. $3.99. This is out 9/7/22, so first week of September. My favorite, I really like Travis Charest. Of course, he used to do a lot of Wildstorm stuff back in the day, some Wildcats and things like that, I believe. Just a really cool cover, different perspective there with the alien coming down like that. Carlos Magno, C cover there. On the All Out Avengers, some all new storylines. Of course, Greg Land. Not Greg Land's best work on the A cover here, but you got kind of a new lineup with Iron Man, Carol Danvers, Spider Man, Thor, Black Panther, Cap, and Spider Woman. Kind of going back to a kind of an older school lineup, really.
Yeah.
This is probably my favorite. This is the J. Scott Campbell throwback to Marvel Premiere. We were kind of trying to remember. I think it's 42 or 43. It's the first Scott Lang, but kind of a throwback to that with a Jake Scott Campbell spin on it. And a Salvador LaRocca cover there. Blade. Got Blade doing a Scotty Young cover there. Kind of the moon in the background. Pretty cool looking. Ant-Man #1, second print. Tell you what, guys, I'm going to throw a challenge out for the comments here. I'm pretty sure this is obviously kind of a throwback art cover. I'm pretty sure the guy here with the trumpet was and they may all be early villains. I think that is an early villain from one of his first appearances, and it may have been when the Wasp got introduced in Tales to Astonish. I read all those many years ago. If you guys know who these 4 villains are from early Ant-Man stories, throw them out in the comments. We'd love to hear it. Get a little feedback. This is Black Panther #9, first appearance of the Colonialist, an intergalactic being that wants to wipe out humankind and kind of colonize. This is my guess.
Mm-hmm.
Great Alex Ross. I like that kind of ethereal looking elephant in the background. It's just really cool looking. Of course, Alex Ross rarely disappoints. You got a Mateus Manhani B cover, a little different look, kind of the helmet phasing in and out there. Almost has a sort of a Sienkiewicz feel to it a little bit. Captain America Sentinel of Liberty 4. This is first appearance of the Revolution.
First possible cameo of the Revolution.
So there we go. We're specking deep here on this one. First possible cameo of the Revolution.
But we know somebody is tracking Steve Rogers and sort of tracking him and keeping up with him, and it's like they're getting ready to take him out, like you'd see a sniper do or something like that, and maybe that's
somebody's been following him. They've been following him. All right. Carmen Carnero A cover, got kind of that old school, the red string, somebody doing detective work kind of thing, tracking him down. Mark Bagley B cover. They're doing a bunch of these Miracle Men covers. I'm going to get on my soapbox a little bit for a minute. I like that they do some of these. They'll be doing some for the next couple months because they are bringing back Miracle Man. And in a couple, they're finishing out Neil Gaiman's story that never got finished. They're bringing out another series. So I'm definitely excited for it. But anytime they do this, they'll do these covers. And they will put Miracle Man on almost every cover for probably a month or two. And that's all well and good. As a comic shop owner, what kind of bugs me about it, they were doing Predator most recently. And people come in and they see Captain America with Predator on the cover. And if they're not regular comic buyers, which we get a lot of those, we have street festivals here, things like that. So we get a lot of walk-in traffic. And these people who aren't really familiar with some of the storylines and things, they come in and they go, oh, so this comic's all about Captain America versus Predator. Well, no, it's not. They're just trying to push Predator because they got a new Predator series coming out. So that's my little... they're cool covers, but they do cause some confusion. So if you're listening, Marvel, there you go. There's my 2 cents. Edge of Spider-Verse number 3. This is a new appearance of the character Night Spider, who looks like a. You could kind of see her off in the background, which I like this Casanovas cover. It's got kind of a Phil Noto almost feel to it. A little more less simplistic. Here's a better. This is the Chris Anka of Night Spider. So I'm thinking it's a Black Cat turned Spider-Man. That's my guess. It's got the look. So there you go. Great. Of course, these Edge of Spider-Verse books are probably all going to have one kind of first appearance in them or another.
Yeah, because that one's also going to have just an appearance, even though the character's been around. Spider-Man India is going to be in it.
Oh, okay. A little used character that's had some buzz as of late. All right. So we do offer 20% off on all single issues on these shows, guys. Whether we're shipping to you or you're local or whatever. The only exception to that rule is when we show a trade paperback or a hardcover. Now, the trade paperback we're showing is the Incredible Hulk Epic Collection. This collects, what do we say, about 171?
179 to 200.
179 to 200. And for y'all that don't know, that does collect 180 through 182, which gets you the first appearance of Wolverine, a very sought-after issue with very few reprints over the years. So here's a great way to read that era of Hulk. These usually collect about what do we? So it's about 20.
About 22 issues.
About 22 issues. Okay.
Because I think there's an annual in there too.
Okay. So there you go. $45 gets you the Incredible Hulk collection there. So that's a good way to get into some good reading. X-Men and Moon Girl. You got this is number 1. This is the final issue. They've been doing a bunch of one-shots. They did Miles Morales and Moon Girl. They've done Avengers and Moon Girl.
Moon Knight and Moon Girl.
Moon Knight and Moon Girl. And it's all been her chasing, trying to find Devil Dinosaur. Well, she's finally found him. But she doesn't have the connection, the telepathic connection she's had to him in the past. So this is her trying to resolve that. And what I like about this cover, and Hansel was helpful to point out, is it's got Wolverine and Moon Girl doing the old fastball special that used to be Colossus and Wolverine a lot. So there you go. He's kind of tossing her out there to do battle. You got a B cover for Edge B cover here. That one's all right. It's got a kind of a different look to it. Carrie Randolph connecting variant, flying the X-Men ship there. Blade in the Dark, one of our few. We usually do a few more indies than this. There just weren't that many out there this week. This is from Black Caravan. This is Blade in the Dark. It's set in like feudal Japan. And a threat that looks kind of alien. It almost looks like if you're familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, a beholder, which are kind of tough to fight if that's ever been your thing. Attacks this guy's village, and he's going, he's out for blood to seek revenge. So, got a very cool kind of a woodblock print look, kind of like old Japanese art there in the background. Again, that's Blade in the Dark, number 1, out in the first week of September. Endangered, number 1, second print. We decided to focus on this one because a lot of these smaller, this is Blood Moon Comics, and a lot of these smaller indie titles, you don't see second prints often. I think this is pretty close to the A cover of the number 1. It's just the black and white of it.
Yep. If you don't remember, guys, the story was that we sort of destroyed the Earth, and the only hope for it was a group of scientists and all that were living on a space station. But in order to fix the environment, they had to do all these things to the Earth, which they unknowingly don't know warped the insect life on Earth. And now that they think that, the environment's safe to come back down to Earth and live, yeah, they're going to come back down to the Earth, but they're going to find they got to fight for their lives when they get down there.
The bugs have taken over, which has been a great premise for plenty of sci-fi over the years, Batman Dear Detective one shot. I'm looking forward to this one. One of my favorite artists, Lee Bermejo. And if you're not familiar, he's done things like Batman Damned, the Joker thing he did with Brian. Both of those were written by Brian Azzarello. But Bermejo does the art and the writing on this one. So I'm interested to see that. I don't think I've ever read any of his writing. I like a lot of the artists, your Art Germs, Adam Hughes, Matinas, all that stuff. For some reason, Bermejo's never gotten quite the hype those guys have, but I've always liked him. He's really got just a gritty look to his stuff. He's done a big run on Detective as of late for the B covers. And
I think that's really what this is going to be. They're going to collect all those B covers, and that's
right.
going to be the interior art of the story, but somehow he's going to write a story that goes along with all those covers.
And he does, if you're not familiar with his work, check it out. Check this book out. It is an $8 book. Of course, we do 20% off. I'm not sure where that would be off the top of my head, but somewhere around $6.38. So yeah, just Bermejo, and his interiors are just as good as his covers usually, even when it's, of course, he's probably using the same art there, but he just knocks it out of the park. All right, this is an interesting one. This is Dark Crisis. Now, so far, these covers look identical. I've not picked them apart, but this is the first 3 issues. The third one actually comes out tomorrow. This has been them putting together the new Justice League team after the death of the Justice League. A lot going on, a lot of turmoil there. I've not read the second issue yet, so I just know what's going on in the first. If I'm butchering that, I apologize to you guys who have been reading reading along. So there's your number 1 second print, number 2 second print, and number 3 second print, all out on the same day, which is kind of interesting. So there you go. If you want to catch up on that series, a great way to do it. Harley Quinn 2022 annual. We were talking about this John Boy Myers cover. It's definitely different than what he's been doing on the Harleys as of late. It's got a definite more cartoony, kind of blocky cartoony style. A little different there. So if that's something you want to hunt down, there's a good one there. But there's some great B covers here. Here's the Nathan Zerdy cardstock B cover. Oh, I have a feeling that one will fly off the shelves. We'll have plenty of those on our Tuesday night sales show, so definitely tune in for that one. This is the C cover. They've been doing a bunch of homages to older Batman covers. The one that comes out tomorrow is Detective 27, first appearance of Batman with Harley on it. No, I'm sorry, it's Batman number 1. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. I misspoke there. This is Batman 608 second printing variant, a Jim Lee book from the Hush storyline, first issue of the Hush storyline. But it's Ryan Sook doing a Jim Lee homage there.
And guys, I got to jump in and correct myself because I've left one thing off this FOC show that's on the order form. I put a Flash by Mark Waid omnibus that I obviously forgot to put on there that collects all the storyline of when Wally West first takes on the mantle of the Flash. It's a hardcover omnibus. It's $150, but it is on the order form, so you'll see it there if you are interested in purchasing it.
And that was some classic Flash stuff, big time. So, all right, on to Superman War World Apocalypse number 1. Steve Beach cover. Very cool cover there. Of course, there's another iteration of that pose here in a minute. You got your cardstock B cover there. And this was, what did we say about this one? I drew a blank on this one. This is the War World.
We said it was a little bit like the Conan the Barbarian cover.
That's right. This one here looks like an old movie cover.
Or it could even be, there's a Star Wars cover too like that.
Oh, him holding the sword, kind of. Yeah. But it's got a classic movie cover or movie poster look to it. It's just cool looking. So there you go. Wonder Girl annual, 2022 annual number 1 with a beautiful Joelle Jones cover. Yara Flor, who's been the new Wonder Girl. the Brazilian Wonder Girl. So there you go. Great cover on that one. You got a B cover from Chris Wild Goose. New one on me. I don't know him, but heck of a name.
I had to check it twice when I typed it out. I was like, hold on, let me go back and make
Right.
sure I didn't.
Definitely interesting name. And that's it for the night, guys. So get those orders in. We do ask that you get them in by Saturday around noon. That gives me plenty of time to put those orders in. That's helpful for me there. So we appreciate y'all joining us. Check out our other shows. Get those orders in. Stay safe out there. And if you're in the Wake Forest area around August 20th and, Raleigh, North Carolina area, we're right outside of that. We'll have the Wake Forest Comic Con that we're hosting. So come check us out and say hey and tell us where you found us. So we'll check y'all next time. Y'all stay safe out there.